Hey, Karen Etchells here with Innovast Digital Marketing. Today I'm sharing the presentation that I delivered to my BNI group this morning. On Tuesday mornings, weekly, in Niantic, Connecticut, our BNI group, Crescent Beach BNI, meets. It's about 30 business owners, give or take, that gather every week, and we are there to promote each other's business and to exchange referrals and to help each other to grow. So today was my 10-minute presentation, and I wanted to share what kind of content I delivered today. So I'm Karen Etchells. I am the owner of Innovast Digital Marketing. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Innovast. That is my personal profile. Feel free to reach out and connect. You can also follow my business, Innovast Digital Marketing, and I would greatly appreciate that. Find me on Facebook. I live in Griswold, Connecticut with my husband, David, and my child, Caitlin. She is the only one still at home. I've had 5 children, but only Caitlin is still at home. She's 15. I have 2 dogs, Milo and Louie. And if you follow me on Facebook, you'll know all about them. So, right there. Okay, so everyone knows how well connected we all are with smartphones in our pockets. They're really powerful little computers that everyone travels with. And, we don't have to worry if you're a business about television, really, or the Yellow Pages, because so many people are connected online and hanging out online on social platforms and such. So if you want to reach your target audience, I bet you they're somewhere connected in their smartphone to a social platform, or whatever content they're consuming. It's a great idea and a great strategy for you to be there where your target audience is already hanging out. And being that everybody has a device in their pocket, we're all connected on social media as well. And everybody is an influencer if you think about it. If you have 100 followers, even you serve as an influencer to those 100 people. Everybody has content that they put out, whether it's to share what they're doing and what they love and what's important to them in life. And you have influence on others around you. And so if you think about it, even though some people are more consciously doing this to grow a business, we all have something to say and we're all there to communicate. So you might as well learn how to use these platforms to your advantage to stand out above the noise. As you can see, everybody's on there, and what are you going to put out that's going to make people pay attention? Content is king. The content that you put out should provide value in some way. I mean, funny cat videos are cute if that's your thing, but if you run a business, you really want to put out information that's going to educate people about the problems that you solve and how you do it and what makes you different from your competition. I think that, there's a growing trend with the way that we're all connected, and if you think about it, even with video 10 years ago, there was loading time to be concerned about, but everybody wants to get their content immediately. So now that there are faster and more reliable connections, there's other ways to reach people. And I really think that, put aside B2B or B2C or whatever, we're all human to human. And the better you can put yourself out there and get your face and your personality out there to grow that know, like, and trust factor, of course, engage, interact, educate, influence, and optimize your content to make it valuable to your target audience, to grow that know, like, and trust factor. That's what's going to help you have an edge in business. We're all unique individuals and we all have unique talents to share. So putting yourself out there, letting people get to know you, what you're all about, and why they should trust you. And, have you convinced them that you really know your stuff? It's all, important in doing business today. The consumption of online video is greater now than ever before. And that is, like I said, because the connections are more reliable to the internet. People are connected on the go. And whenever they have downtime, they're pulling out their phones, they're consuming video more than reading. You know, people do have different ways of learning. Some people like to listen, some people like to see, you know, others like the video format. It's just instantly deliverable. So if people prefer to consume media that way, if you put that, platforms will give you an edge if you use a medium that people prefer that keeps them on the channels longer. So tapping into video, I think, is really one way to get an advantage, to be heard above the noise and all of the clatter of everything else that's online. Put content out there in the format that people prefer to consume. So the way I see it, your website is the hub of your business. You have control over the content on your website and how it is presented. On Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, you should definitely be using these platforms, but should they change the rules of the game, you need to conform or pay to play or whatever it is. You have less control. So don't just say, oh, I'm on Facebook, I'm all set, I've built a community there. That is wonderful, and it's a way to strengthen your overall digital footprint. But I would say, let's make your website the place where your conversions happen. Of course, build an email list. That's another way that you can control the content that you send out in email. So basically, use all the channels that are available to you, whether it's networking, newsletters, you know, integrated video, of course, being aware of any way you can reach people on their mobile devices, use search engine optimization to let people find you online, but really, your website is the center of where most business conversions will happen. There are other places where you can grab a client or a customer and convert them, but just think about the level of control that you have on rented land versus your own. This is a website that we just launched this week. I'm extremely proud of Michelle's website, michellejacobit.com. She is a business profitability strategist, and she's put out this wonderful content, which we have put together in a website for her. Take a look at it, michellejacobit.com. It has beautiful images. She tells a story through her content, and through the beautiful photos of her, you can see that she's a likable person. You really get a feel for what her personality is like. Plus, she has video testimonials there. So here, firsthand or secondhand, through the video, because if you can't meet these people in person, at least you can see them, get a sense for the personalities, you know, the typical kind of clientele that she works with, and the impact that she has made on their businesses and their lives, you know, personally as well, in giving them financial freedom. So I just think it is a wonderful way for her to reach her target audience. She's telling a story. She really grabs you with the content, and the way that the website is designed, it's an experience, you know, as you go from page to page. So I'm very proud of this website. And I think it's kind of the trend and the wave of the future, you know, with personal branding. To put yourself out there, you can sell your business like nobody else. We all have unique gifts. Use it. Put yourself out there and get your message across, because there's nobody else like you. Graci Benefit Solutions, Pamela Graci, uses her website to educate her target market about what services she provides and why they're needed. And one thing about the websites that we build beautiful websites that are functional. And if you think about it, you know, in the past, the top of the fold is what we like to say, is what's important. It's what you first see when you pull up a website initially on the first screen before you start to scroll. But in years back, scrolling was kind of something you wanted to stay away from, not to have endless scrolling content, figuring that people will never see what's at the bottom of the page. However, today, with the rise of mobile devices, people prefer to scroll over clicking. It's just easier for them, just with the swipe of a finger, to go through your content and experience it that way. So it's something to be aware of, that scrolling is not so much frowned upon now, but it's more so, it's like you're going to see a section and then another section and then another section of content. At Innovast Digital Marketing, we're very aware of the user journey. Here's a few more websites that we've built, and you can see that the style and the approach with the content, it goes to who we're speaking to. What are their audience? What is important to their audience? Who they are? You know, what their problems are, and how these specific businesses can solve them. So the approach, the look, and the feel, it's all built around your branding. There's a difference between being mobile compatible and mobile optimized. If your website comes up on a mobile device, you might think, oh, I'm all set. You know, my website comes up. But you don't want to ask people to have to pinch and zoom to be able to read it. So if it's not instantly readable as soon as it comes up, you are not mobile optimized. And Google is going to take away some points as far as when it decides who's going to show up for certain searches. You know, you're going to lose some ranking there if you're not mobile friendly. Do you know how to create the perfect content for your audience? Have you defined who your audience is? That's something that I can help you with. You know, of course, having search engine optimization in place so that Google, Yahoo, and Bing search engines will be able to pull up your website when a user has a specific need and match user intent to the keywords that they put into the search engine. That's something that I do. There's meta tags and keywords. And of course, you know, with the rise of review sites, the customer has a voice, and that matters. And that also affects your rankings. Those are things, conditions that are in place, and I can help you to improve the way that your website is put together. And beyond your website, even on social platforms, search engine optimization matters. Your LinkedIn profile can come up in a search. Writing quality content is going to make all the difference and help your traffic to zoom up. Because if you're not delivering what people are looking for, you're going to have what we call a high bounce rate, where people hop onto your page and say, oh, this isn't what I was looking for, and bounce out. So keep writing quality content to keep people on your pages and attract more. Google takes note of how long people are staying on your pages, and if people stay longer, then you're going to gain more Google points and get shown up more frequently. Online reviews, like I said, having that third-party verification that you're great to do business with, you know, those ratings really, really count, most especially for local searches. But always, always remember that you are speaking to a human, and your content must appeal to humans as well as search engines and Google. Video marketing is so important today. People prefer, like we said earlier, prefer to consume content in video format. So I really encourage everyone to at least pull out your smartphone now and then, and even if it's not live, you'll still get better rankings because Google knows people prefer to consume video, and Facebook knows it, and of course YouTube wants you there and spending lots of time on their platform. Using video is going to get more eyeballs, and that's what you want when you have something that is important to you, important messages you want to get across. If you put it in the right medium that people prefer to consume, and the social networks are going to give you more exposure for putting it in a package that people prefer to consume. So keep that in mind. It's kind of scary, you know, putting yourself out there like that, but you're going to get more attention and more people watching if you put it in the right media. This is a video testimonial.
With Graci Benefit Solutions.
Someone had done for me.
I focus primarily on consulting with my clients. We go through their systems to help ensure that they have the best options in place to help their business as well as their employees. And so it was time to create a website for my company. I met with Karen and kind of identified all of the different areas that I wanted to focus on as far as the vision that I had for my business, being more consultant opposed to sales. And when I was able to identify all of those different features with Karen, the two of us were able to come up with some different ideas, and then she kind of took it and ran with it. And then from there, she was able to put my website together, and then we reviewed it, and she did a great job. We only made a couple of small tweaks, and then from there, as time progressed, as I needed new things added or changed, she was able to make those changes very quickly for me. So with the website, it helped kind of get the word out. I didn't really have much online presence prior. And so with her guidance, I was able to kind of set up the Google page. She was able to help guide me with the website. So now I'm having more people find my business, which obviously helps with education for gaining new clients as well as my current clients as well. Karen from Innovast was wonderful. So if you are looking to look at having a website done, I would definitely sit down and meet with Karen, give her your vision, and let her take it and run with it, and be very happy with the results.
So that was great. The video testimonial, you hear firsthand from someone who has worked with me what that experience is like. Now I'm going to show you a second video that is more promotional in nature. This was for the town of Groton, where they highlighted 3 local businesses. And this is just for a comparison on how you can use video to grow your business. You can use these on your website and social platforms.
The advantages of being located in Groton are vast. I'm Aaron Simon-Tini, owner and operator of the located in Groton. When we wanted to open a brewery, it was very difficult to find a location that would work for what we wanted to do. We needed all utilities, 3 phase electric, city water, city sewer, town transportation,
So that's just an example of a promotional video, which you could use, like I said, to highlight your own business. You know, what makes you different? What is your story? Share your journey. It really makes a difference when people hear it from you. They get to see your face, they get to know what your personality is like, and it kind of nurtures the connection between humans. And of course, that's what you really want to do, to stand out online and be memorable. So in your content marketing approach on all platforms, wherever, be aware of calls to action. When you have the opportunity, now you're giving out valuable content on a regular basis and asking for nothing. It's just positioning yourself as the authority in your field. So be sure to include calls to action, so when that person on the other side of the screen is ready to make contact, they know what to do. Tell them, visit your website or download the white paper, contact us, subscribe, watch our video, kind of lead your user. through to the next step so that they're not just lost and thinking, oh, that was nice after they see your video. Tell them what you would like them to do next. You want to generate leads, turn them into prospects, and then eventually customers. And it's all built on relationships. So you're going to give, and help. And when that potential customer has a need, you will be top of mind. One thing I do is watch the analytics, I watch the data, I see what people in your target market are actually craving to consume. We'll watch your channel and see, are people actually watching your videos? And on your website, what pages are they going to more? And say we did an A/B test where you use pink button for calls to action versus an orange button for calls to action. Which one are people responding to more? So watching our data, we can get a handle on what needs to be adjusted to fine-tune your marketing so that we can better reach more people with the same amount of effort. We're going to make more of what works and pull back from what's not working so well. And that's just over time, keeping an eye on performance. And finally, I'm going to share a little bit of my video, but please take a look at it on my Facebook page. Look at Innovast Digital Marketing Online. And really, if you have any needs with improving your website, email marketing, search engine optimization, maybe you don't need a new website, the look and feel is fine, but it's not performing. Perhaps you don't have calls to action in place. Perhaps you need some SEO services. So I can help you with that. Remember, consistency is king. It's extremely important not to give up if you don't see results right away. Keep it going. You're going to build that top of mind awareness. thanks for watching. Follow me on my Facebook page and Innovast Digital Marketing Facebook page as well. And, you know, be in touch. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm at 860-634-3836 or email Karen@innovast.com. Check us out and, hey, reach out. We'll be talking. Thank you.